Living in the 21st century, there are too many cases which essentially have raised many ethical concerns. However, our group will be discussing about the stray dogs' life in Malaysia.
The basic facts about the case study we have chosen. Based on recent cases, there are various uncountable cases about how stray dogs in Malaysia are being treated. Stray dogs in Malaysia are being treated badly as there are several articles that have censored pictures of a dead dog due to the damages done towards it. However, what is even more horrible is that even Malaysian authorities are handling the stray dogs in an inhumane way. As an example, there was a case that happened at Subang Jaya at 4th of October 2019 where a bystander was trying to stop the authorities from catching the stray dog due to the unprofessional way of how the authority took against it. The bystander was seen to be threatened by the authority staff, and in fact, he was also detained by the authorities due to his actions. How can this be justified?
The life of a stray dog is extremely stressful, brutish, and short. It may be ethical and moral in mind to prevent a lifetime of suffering by providing a human death in the form of human euthanasia to the unfortunate strays that cannot be placed into homes. However, in Malaysia, the city councils are required to handle the stray dogs problem, and they tend not to be very humane. There are several videos on the internet depict the harsh treatment experienced by the dogs. There are many cases reflects the ethical concern about the strays in Malaysia.
As the purpose to take away the dog from the street is to prevent the infectious disease such as rabies and to reduce harm for human life and other animals, mass killing, they have arguments for and against it. The main argument and the dilemma for the mass killing is to save costs handled by authority Majlis Madaran Subang Jaya, which is now insufficient in order to nurture the dog they capture. The other argument for the mass killing is the sentientism approach, saying that human, as the only being with mental state, should only be the concern. Meanwhile, dog, as part of a non-reasoning nature, should be controlled by a superior species which is human. Therefore, human reason is greater than animals' right to live. On the contrary, there are arguments against the mass killing, which is the first one, using the holism approach, which is speaking, humans are a part of nature as they are the same rank as the rest. Therefore, humans have no power over the stray dog's right to life. Despite the reality of the Majlis Madaran Subang Jaya brutally killing the stray dogs, it is a violation of their value of life. Public also against the mass killing because there might be other alternatives instead of killing the stray dogs.
There are several different humane solutions we can employ when it comes to dealing with the issue of strays. Firstly, according to consultants for the World Health Organization, there is no evidence that killing strays, even on a large scale, has any effect on limiting or eliminating canine rabies from the community. Nor has the killing of strays helped to bring down the number of strays in an area. The only proven method so far to limit both the spread of rabies and the reproduction of the strays is TNVR, the process of trapping, neutering, vaccinating, and releasing or rehoming. Therefore, although it may be cheaper for the Majelis Pembandaran to kill strays, if they truly wanted to solve the problem, they would fund and focus on the mass vaccinations and neutering. However, this isn't solely the government's responsibility. As citizens, we too have an obligation to help protect our communities against rabies and help keep the number of stray dogs at a manageable level so that both we and the strays will be safer. We can do this by volunteering for and donating to no-kill shelters or NGO charity groups like SOS, Save Our Strays Neutering Society, who use their funds to practice TNVR. Since its founding in 2012, the Penang branch of SOS has neutered and vaccinated over 3,000 strays thanks to its volunteers who tirelessly pick up, transport, and foster the strays in the meantime. SOS has deals with local vets to get discounts on medical procedures, but with the abundance of strays in the streets, They rely heavily on donations from us, the citizens, to pay off bills.
To come towards a conclusion, our group has decided to cite by holism approach, as it is a conception of nature wherein humans and nature together form a moral community. Every living thing is deserving of respect according to this view, because humans, animals and plants are part of a nature and must learn to live in harmony with one another.
Another reason why our team believes that holism is the strongest approach is because our Earth is our responsibility. After all, the stray dogs' lives are still part of the ecosystem. To maintain the ecosystem is also to ensure the survivability of those stray dogs. Therefore, not only the authorities are responsible to preserve and to protect the stray dogs, but we, as civilized humans, shall take up the responsibilities too. Now we know that what we should do. Will you do it?
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 Will you do it?